Hey everybody, and welcome to Robin's house. Uh, this time I'll be featuring the Unicorn Dreams stamp set. So it's this little stamp set, here that has a couple unicorns and some fun messages and a bunch of little icons that look a little bit like Lucky Charms, you know. It can come with a thin cuts. So the stamp set and thin cut bundle is $22.95. And one of the reasons that I'm doing this is an older stamp set, but it is one that is still in the online only section of the website. However, I also happen to have accidentally purchased 3 additional copies of this stamp set. So if you do not already own it and you would like to, please contact me for $20. I will send you the stamp set and thin cut bundle and this 4-pack of cards. Now, if you already have it, this 4-pack is $5. I will send it right to you. And these are real fun cards to make, simple really, except this one takes a little bit of work, but it's still easy. This one features that holographic paper, so it looks different no matter how you look at it. And then this one, of course, using those that circle die cut to, and you cut off one side to give it a little different look. But I wanted to go over this one because it uses some of those, a sponging technique that is fun and different to try. I'm gonna bring our screen down a little bit so we're a little closer. And then, there we go. So this technique uses a cricket cut. So this is actually a cloud that I believe is already in a section on the website, but I have swashed it because it's very lumpy, and I decided I wanted flatter clouds or I would run out of room. So I'm going to show you 2 different ways to sponge this so you can get a fun cloud technique. Okay, so the first way is the way that I did second because I found it more successful. So you take your die cut and you stamp your sponge. You sponge it, and then I liked to drag a little bit just to even it out. And then you find a new section above the place you just sponged, and you add your ink again. And then I drag it a little bit. See, we're already growing nice. Okay, so I'm going to add a new one. You want to keep shifting it because you don't want your cloud to look perfectly perfect every single time. There you go. So that is one way to create that card. The other way I did was I started at the top. And I'll show you in a second why that was a little bit less successful. It was hard to know where I should bring the next layer without ruining the one before it. So you can see I got pretty close. Now clouds are wispy and rather forgiving, so even if you did, you can't really mess up, but even if you did make it less perfect than you wanted it to, it may not matter. But I felt a lot freer to work when I did it this way. But you can also see that this is creating some pretty fun techniques also with the overlapping of the sky and the clouds. There really isn't a wrong way to do this. There you go. Two different ways, same effect, very lovely. So we'll stamp that message on there real quick. And then I also thought it was fun to add some extra little stars. So I'm going to lay out my little unicorn. The stamp set comes with 3 diamond shapes. So I'm going to add some little diamond shapes to my, so I do the bigger ones at the bottom, and then I'll add some mediumer ones up here, and then one last little one in the background. So doesn't that look so nice? And then now we can put together the card. So when I put this one together, so I put the pink a little bit higher than the middle. It's up to you where you want it to go exactly, but a little bit. And we have that frame. This is the outer frame. So the 2 frames that I used for this are off of our stitched rectangle frames. And this is actually the outer frame. So each of those frames cuts a stitched piece like this, and then an outer piece that's just, a skosh bigger. So this is what they look like. And I use this small frame to create this, and then this larger frame, the outside, is from this. Okay, so there we have that. And then I created in Cricut a scallop, excuse me, a scallop shape that perfectly matches with the stitched rectangle shape. So that was pretty simple to do, and I really like the effect. So that part is all finished. And then the last part is our unicorn. So of course we want to stamp it. Then we want to color. But what I wanted to show you is, I don't know if you can see, but there's a little bit of shadow on this unicorn so that he looks a little more rounded and a little bit more realistic in the light. So and when I want to shadow something, I just draw a quick line. And then in this case, I think that her little chin will create a shadow on her. And then I also have a shadow on the back of the leg, and on the back of this leg, and on the underside of her tummy. And then on the underside of this leg, and the underside of this leg. Now you can stop there if you wish, but if it was real, there would be some shadow on the chest, and there would be shadow coming down from that portion of the leg. There might be some shadow from the leg over here as well. And then there's probably going to be some shadow coming down from that back side. So as you can see, I have added some shading to the chin, to the front, and to the backs of the legs, and the back undersides of the legs, just to give it a little bit more dimension. That was with my my ice gray blend. I like the way it looks. So then we have our card. We just need to add some bitty sparkles, and that one is just ready to go. It's so fun as it goes flying. She goes flying through the sky on her beautiful clouds. And then I had so much fun with that. I wanted to show you another technique about the little cloud die cut. Not die cut, Cricut cut. So there was another way to use that. And that would be, so I still have my Cricut cut. I'm just going to turn it over. That way I can start with a whole new color. And I just want to add some pink to my card, because this card wants to have fluffy white cotton candy clouds. And so I'm just going to carefully and quickly go through and add a little bit of color that's bouncing along, maybe a little darker as I go up, and in just a few little places. So there you are, simple and sweet. And then that will allow you to just, well, to add your little unicorn bouncing around, add a few more of those stamped sparkles, add some bitty sparkles, and it's a very, very simple card. It just has that hint of clouds and specialness. So that was that. And then there was one additional thing. You know, we have this stamp set, and I really wanted to use this because it's so cute. I didn't know how. Then I saw, what if that was part of a shaker card? So I put that little face, and I used some stickles to create the horn, and just some white shakers in here. And how sweet is that? So these are a couple extra ideas that you can use with your supplies once you have that there. So thanks for joining me. Happy crafting. Have an awesome day.